Hello world, Mama Voice here, back with another video. And this video is going to be a little different from my normal videos because this video is a commentary, but it is a video that is dealing with relationships, my same topic. However, it's dealing with money. And this topic is very interesting because I basically, I always do my research and I look up information and I try to get the best information I can to provide when I am speaking with you all. However, this particular topic is funny. When I did put the question in the computer, it came back with interesting feedback. So the topic today is, when is the right time to ask someone you're dating for money? Now, it basically, it says, when do you start asking your boyfriend for money? But it's funny how the tables can be turned. And I'll tell you a scenario. An individual, which I know for a fact that it was too soon for this person to ask for money. However, they felt like they were not only right for asking, entitled to receiving the cash. Now, the person had only been seeing this other individual, not even seeing, they've been communicating for a week. 1 week. And the person felt like it was okay to ask his female significant other or potential, because they hadn't even established that they were going to be a couple or it was a title or anything like that. Asked her for $900, and then for an iPhone, let's just put it out there. Asked her for $900 for an iPhone, for him to purchase an iPhone for himself, and got upset when she said she didn't have it. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this because I felt like that was something out of the ordinary, number one. Number two, it was definitely out of pocket. It was definitely too soon to be asking for that kind of money, and especially for something that wasn't even important. It wasn't a requirement. It wasn't something that was needed. Simply could have, if you needed a new phone, could have basically gone a little more economical. Even now, there are specials on iPhones or what have you, but this particular individual felt the need to ask for this amount of money from the young lady, and then got upset when she said no, but then began to disrespect her, call her out her name and everything like that, or what have you. Just got all out of order, just disrespectful and everything. So I was very taken back when I heard this story or what have you. And my issue with this is, ladies, I mean, when do you think it's okay for a man to ask you for money? Since I guess now we're in the whatever millennial century or whatever the case may be. And it's okay for men now to start asking women for money. When is it okay for him to ask you for money? And then, that type of money, to be asking for that type of money, almost $1,000 from somebody that you only known for a week. Y'all haven't even established anything, haven't even said, okay, yeah, we're in a relationship. It doesn't matter at that point, whether or not you're in a relationship or anything. That's a lot of money to ask for something so frivolous and unimportant. I could see if it was for your rent, for your light bill, for something that you needed, but for a phone, and then an iPhone at that, even if you needed a phone, simply ask her, could you help me get a phone, and be economical. There's plenty of companies that sell phones that are reasonable so that you can have a phone to communicate or whatever, because everybody does need a phone, you know, these days or what have you. But for you to ask for that type of money and then get upset when the young lady did not give it. So now this, like I said, when I typed it in, when is the right time to ask for money in a relationship? That was the question I typed in. And it says, when do you start asking your boyfriend for money? So if I click on that, let's see what comes up. Okay. It says the best time to ask him for money is when you go shopping with him. You can ask him to pay for the items at the checkout and tell him that you didn't bring enough money to pay for it. He will help you pay for the things you bought. Let's see. And it's all, how do I ask my boyfriend? What is the best way for you? What is the best way to ask your boyfriend for money? How do you ask for money from a guy you are dating? These are the questions. It doesn't say anything. How do I ask my girlfriend for money? Because, I mean, typically common sense is, you know, that's a turnoff for a man to be asking for money, you know, for a man to be asking a woman for money, because, I mean, in my opinion, a man is supposed to be the provider. But, you know, okay, these days, the roles have been flipped or what have you. And so if we're going to talk about, you know, men asking women for money, then definitely it needs to be longer than a week of talking to someone, communicating with somebody before you begin to start asking for money. There should be an established relationship, commitment somewhere in there or whatever before either one begin to start asking the other for money. I mean, then the individual was like, basically saying to the person, well, then you aren't ready for a relationship if you're not willing to help your man. I mean, that doesn't say that she's not ready for a relationship because she's not willing to help her. It's not to say she wasn't willing to help him. At the end of the day, he wasn't her man. First off, you know, he was not her man yet because it's only been a week. Okay. Second is there hadn't been anything established that they were in a relationship. And so for the individual to get upset and get disrespectful with the young lady because he did not get what he wanted, that to me says a case of individual feeling entitled, being immature, not a grown-up, like he's a big baby, still feel like he's entitled to something, somebody owes him something. I don't know who's, you know, somebody's still taking care of him. Maybe he still lives with his mom. I don't know what the situation may have been, but for him to get upset with her the way he did, and feel as though he was right and okay to ask for that type of money and she was wrong for not giving it, is beyond me. I'm just thrown. So what I wanted to basically give or ask of you all, the audience, give me your feedback on that. You know, how do you feel if, you know, you're talking to someone and you all haven't been talking long enough, not even a month, a week, hadn't even established, you're just getting to know each other, don't even know everything about each other, haven't even established that you all are gonna move forward in a relationship, and he asks you for $900 for an iPhone, and vice versa. Guys, speak up, because if this is what women are doing too, I don't know, because I don't do that kind of mess, but because I know better. I mean, in all honesty, you know, if it's something I need, it's one thing to go to somebody when you need something. You need help with your rent, you need help with your light bill, you need help with something, you're going through a hard time. and you need help, that's one thing. But when you just going straight up, I'm just gonna ask for this money or whatever. I don't know if this is what they're doing today. Let me know. I may be out of the loop. I may be outdated or something, because I don't feel like it was, right for him to even ask for this type of money and then get upset when he didn't get it. I mean, if this is this is of course roles reversed or whatever, if this is what women has been doing, because I'm not the type of woman. I don't ask for money like that unless like I said, I need it. I'm in trouble. I need help or what have you. And then I'm trying to work out some kind of payment plan on how to pay you back, but when I heard about this, I was like, okay, I got to have a conversation. I have to put this out there. I got to find out what the people saying about this, because I just couldn't believe it. If this is what it is, and again, I have other questions. Is lending money to your partner ever a good idea in a relationship? When is it okay to bring up finances in a relationship? At what point is it okay to bring it up? Now, me personally, let's stick with the first question. The first question was, when is it a right time to ask for money in a relationship? Mama Voice, personally feel as though 1 week is definitely not the right time. I feel like you should be basically have established that you are in a relationship, which I think I said already, that you have basically, you're in a committed relationship. You both are committed to each other. And then, and if there's a necessary, you people buy gifts, and because you love each other, you're basically growing in love with one another. So you expressing yourselves and showing each other how much you love them or what have you. So I say after 90 days, let's do the 60 to 90 days thing. After a certain amount of, maybe I'm too old fashioned, but I feel like you shouldn't really, because at that time you have established something. You have, you all are really, involved. If it's lasted that long, you all are really involved with one another, and you've established that you guys are really in a committed relationship and you all are moving forward or what have you. And I think at that point in time, it's okay to ask for money if you need help for something or what have you, or even if you want to get something for yourself or you want him to buy you something or whatever. I think at that point it's okay. And to me, I feel like feel them young man out, maybe, he may not be on that level or whatever, or he may not be able to, lavish you with gifts and give you $1,000 or what have you. He may not be on that level, but if he is, and you feel like it's okay for you to ask him for that type of money, I think maybe about, 60 days, that's 2 months, 3 months into the relationship, maybe it's okay for you to go ahead and ask him for some money. And is it the next question? When should you bring up finances in a relationship? Well, the same thing, I feel like now when you should bring finances up when you're getting to know each other during that talking period. It's okay to talk about finances or what have you. But at the same time, it could be a little too soon still. Because here it is, you don't want to feel like, or you don't want that person to feel like that's all you there for. I know me, I kind of get uncomfortable when somebody start asking me questions about, do you have Cash App? And do you have, and all that kind of stuff. Basically, to me, finances is very sensitive. It's a very sensitive topic, especially if you haven't established anything. But if you all are in a relationship, I feel like, anywhere from the 30 to 90 days or whatever, I'll, push it back to 30 to 90 days. Maybe you all have established something greater. It depends on you guys, but you all have to have that conversation and both have to be on the same page or whatever and comfortable with it. Not one person feeling one way and the other person feeling something else. I may feel like it's too soon, but he may think it's all right, and then ladies, I feel like let him. If he see you, he's watching, he's basically observing you or what have you. He knows if you in need or whatever, he should offer. I mean, I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I've been in relationships where, I didn't have to ask. The man automatically knew or saw a need, and he went ahead and met that need or whatever. Because most of the time they will, if they are really into you and they want to basically impress you or be with you, or they want to take care of you, they want to help you or whatever. A lot of times, if you're with a good man, you don't even have to ask. He's going to automatically, oh, you need anything? You need me to take care of anything? You need me to pay a bill? Or is there anything you need me to do? Or is you need a little change in your pocket or whatever? You want to go get your hair done or go get your nail? A lot of times, well, the men I've been dealing with, they automatically just give or what have you. And that's a good thing. I've never had a man ask me for, money. And then if the thing about it is, if they're talking about their issues and they're going through something or what have you, and they're going through something, excuse me, and they may be having a rough time or what have you, and automatically, if you care about that person as a woman, you care about that man, you're going to automatically say, okay, well, if you have it, you're going to automatically say, well, okay, what you want me to do? Is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can help you with or whatever? And give it, vice versa. Let him, tell you, okay, well, yeah, if you can help me out, I'll pay you back, whatever, this, that, and the other. And then most of the time, men I've dealt with, they will take the money, but then they'll give it back to me, and then they'll give me back a little more on top because of their, being grateful, or the man in them. I don't know. It's always been, I didn't get the exact amount I gave. I always got more or whatever. But I mean, like I said, these days and times, things are changing. Times are changing. So now the roles have reversed, and now the men feeling like it's okay for them to come and ask us women for that money. And see, I've never asked a man for $1,000. I've never asked a man for that type of money. Never. I don't know. I just never had to ask him for anything. He basically, the men I've dealt with, they've always knew, to help or to give or whatever. And I've never had to ask. But if, so it's like, okay, when do you ask, and again, pride, maybe that's an issue with me. Pride. I don't really feel like I don't know. We ain't married. So, I don't feel like I should be asking. I feel like it should be him, volunteering if he is going to. And that's not a make or break. Ladies, let's talk about that. Is that a make or break thing if a man don't even offer or help you, or if he doesn't, help you or do for you? Is that a requirement for you to be in a relationship, that a man gives money to you, or do you expect a allowance? Do you expect something every month, once a month, every couple of weeks? Help me out, because I'm out of the loop on this one. I've always, I got mine or whatever, but it was never me asking for it. It was always given. So I didn't ever have to ask. I didn't have like this thing where, I'm going to ask him for some, I'm going to hit him up. No, I mean, if he helped me, great. If he didn't or whatever, it's never been a didn't. It was just always given. So these are, I just want to know, and I felt, like I said, I thought that was very interesting for, to find out that after a week of talking to someone, that they can feel as though, okay, can I get, in a week of talking, not even going out on a date, not even just talking, communicating over the phone, texting, not even really much calling or anything, just texting, communication. This is what the young lady said. They had just met a week or what have you. So hadn't even graduated really into phone conversations too much. I think they probably, she said, talked about a couple of times or whatever on the phone in a week's time, and already brother asked for that type of money. So, hey, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear or read what you all have to say about this topic. When is it okay for people to ask for money in a relationship? Is it after a week of talking on the phone or texting? Or you should wait a substantial amount of time, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, before and have an established relationship in place. Commitment is there, and you all are actually dating, that it's okay at that point to say, hey, yeah, this is my man, this is my dude, so he should be willing to go hard with me, or he should be willing to help me, or whatever, and vice versa. But this gentleman felt as though she was supposed to help him and give him this $900 for this iPhone. No, I say no. But who am I? Like, subscribe, comment, and please leave your comments in the chat, and like and subscribe to this video, and I hope to see you in the next video.